here. Let's have some fun. Whenever you're ready.
Hi, I'm Amy Vanderoff, and with me, we gotta start quicker on that.
Here we go.
Yep, ready. 3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Amy Vanderoff, and with me here today to talk about back pain is someone who works in the music industry and has suffered for 47 years, but he has found relief through North American Spine's revolutionary Acuroscope procedure. And we say good morning to you, Rick. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, I want to talk about your back pain. When did this all start for you, and what was causing it?
At age really 17, it was a head-on collision. And shortly after the accident, the pain started. They had nothing back then except drugs, muscle relaxers, things like that. And after a while, you get real bored, you'd rather put up with the pain.
Wow, okay, it sounds like not a great way to live and certainly affecting your quality of life. So what treatments did you pursue? What worked and what didn't work?
Chiropractic sort of worked, but it was always there. It was omnipresent. There's a threshold of pain in the morning, and it stays there all day. Sometimes it gets worse, sometimes it gets better, but it's always there.
Okay, and again, your quality of life is affected, and certainly no way to go on. But there's good news at the end of this, because you're sitting here comfortably in front of me today. How did you find North American Spine?
One of my friends that I work with, I had herniated several discs in March of last year. And it kept getting worse. I went to chiropractic, I went to my doctor. But my friend said, in Florida, there's a friend of mine who got this procedure done. Look up NorthAmericanSpine.com. And I sent them my MRIs, and they said, oh yeah, we can do something with that. And I couldn't believe I was hearing that. And to be honest, when I say I couldn't believe it, I mean I did not believe it. But I would try anything.
I'm sure, because the pain was so debilitating. You had lived with it for so long, you thought, okay, there's nothing to lose by perhaps.
Let's pick that up.
Okay. Can we do that? Sorry. She might need the Acuroscope.
We're in the malaria ward. Oh my God.
I say that wasn't me.
We'll pick up here.
Stand by. And Amy, whenever.
And like you said, you were a non-believer because so many other treatments and procedures hadn't worked for you. But like I said, you're sitting before us today feeling good and smiling. So what has life been like since having the Acuroscope?
It's been unbelievable, of course. There are certain things you don't expect, and to go into surgery using a walker and apologizing for how slow I was going to the surgical room, and then carrying the walker out to my brother-in-law after the surgery was a little weird. Did I say little? It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And of course, there are other side effects, like you forget how to walk. Because it had been 3 months, I was either using the walker or in a recliner. So you get up in the morning, your left leg goes, I've got it. And your right leg goes, I haven't. But overall, you're doing this with a smile on your face because you're feeling something you haven't felt in so long. It's like a new journey, and you can exercise, you can walk, you can. All my hobbies have something to do with carrying something, and I couldn't do anything. It's very disheartening.
And now you're a musician, Rick, so now you're back to rocking out.
I can hold my guitar up.
Great. Good news and excellent. Thank you for sharing your personal story.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I tell everybody about it, everybody with a bad back or pains. It's no sense in living like that when this is available.
Wow. Really great to speak with you, Rick. Thank you so much. Can we read this?
Okay, let's do a pickup. Keep rolling. Okay, Amy, let's go back to that moment where he talked about he didn't believe, and take us through what was next. So they looked at your MRI. They said they could help. So let's go into Rick. Did a patient coordinator contact you? Take me through the steps of what happened. All right, here we go.
Rick, once you found out that you were a good candidate for this procedure, walk me through what that process was like. You were a little unwilling and skeptical, but wanted this procedure to work for you. How did they make this process so much easier?
Well, the coordinator was amazing, extremely friendly, extremely accommodating. At one point, they had to delay the surgery an event in my medical history, and those were the longest 2 weeks of my life because I was dying to try anything. But the coordinators were in constant touch with me. They made everything fabulous. They not only gave me directions, but said, and when you look to the right, you'll see a water fountain, and everyone at the facility was fabulous. I mean, it was like, treated me like a rock star, and I felt like one when I left. So it was very exciting.
Let's discuss the day of the surgery.
So Rick, take me back to the day of the surgery. Like you said, you were walking in a lot of pain, frustrated and really ready to find some relief. What were those moments like for you?
I can't say fear is excitement. I guess like an astronaut waiting for the rocket to take off and hoping it turns out good. And constantly wondering if the commercial was just another commercial. If this was better than the commercial. Nothing is better than the commercial. Take this pill, lose 20 pounds. It doesn't happen. This happened.
Awesome.
Okay, Cindy, what's your
I was just hearing some Russell
On
on
her.
top of those two questions. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, let's just do a pickup on those. Fix the microphone. Go and cut, everybody.
Camera cut. Rick, that answer was perfect. That was great.
So, Amy, I want to just
Yeah.
get your questions, your last two questions.
Still rolling, right?
No, we cut.
No cut.
Okay, slide in. And then, okay, let's before we start rolling. So let's go ahead and talk about the surgery. Also, let's talk about post-op. And then toss the break. Do you want to hear anything else?
I'm going to ask him about his family, what their comments were about his quality of life.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That's a big thing because obviously friends and family are always impacted, whether it be.
I have no friends. My family's cannibals. So
Oh, well,
Perfect.
should we
Not really
avoid that?
something I wanna talk about. You better don't take this
No,
so
no.
seriously.
Do you want to go into more detail when they talk about the process about the insurance verify?
Yeah.
They did everything for me
Oh,
or for you. Like they verified my insurance. They scheduled
Okay.
my procedure.
Some more detail maybe in the pre-op patient navigator.
Yeah.
Coordinator.
Person
Patient coordinator.
Navigator's
like a
cancer center.
GPS.
And then go into post-op
Yeah.
quality of
Yeah.
life, family comments, and then
And-
toss to break.
Yeah, I'd say go ahead and do the toss the break. Joseph, be ready for that toss the
Right.
break. Okay. Let's slate it up.
Are we good? Set audio.
Okay, I see it on all three cameras. Roll cameras.
Speed.
ABC, our common mark, Rick, take two.
Okay, stand by. Cindy, are we recording separately or are we going into a camera? Awesome. Okay. So, Amy, whenever you're
Rick, walk me through the days before the procedure and those patient coordinators. I know they were really helpful to you.
It's funny because helpful is like someone you meet at the hotel front desk. I had that delay, and during that delay, they called all the time. They were encouraging us to like get through today, and that's not something you would normally hear from a staff who's, I want to get you in for surgery. It helped me get through because those 2 weeks were really, really long. When something's so close, the time goes very slowly.
Okay, so they really helped you not only for the actual surgery day, but to prepare for those days in advance and really walking you through and take care of everything like insurance, things that you really didn't have the time or ability and so much pain to deal with.
If they'd asked me for insurance policies and numbers and blood types and fingerprints, I couldn't have done it. They did everything for me. They did literally everything, including calling my family doctor and finding out and getting them to contact me. They were great.
That's fantastic. Let's talk about post-op. Your quality of life improving, your mobility certainly improving. Friends and family and those caregivers are often affected too. What was the comments from the loved ones around you?
Well, my brother-in-law was the take me to the surgery and get back. And when I came out of surgery walking, because you see the commercials, nothing's as good as a commercial. This was better than the commercial. commercial, he looked at me like he was seeing Lazarus. I just started laughing. He started laughing. He's in the medical field, and he was laughing. He could not believe it. My sister, who had taken care of me before the operation, was in total shock. She made me back at my house, and she was kind of like ready to take charge and do everything. I just had to learn how to walk again, which means the more you walk, the better you get.
Sure. And back walking, back with a great quality of life, back on the guitar, Rick, rocking and rolling.
Yeah, and I do a lot of photography. I couldn't pick up my camera, and for me, that's really bad. I have great sunsets where I live, and picking up the camera that night and subsequently, every time you pick it up, you just think, wow, this not only worked, it was life-changing.
It's the little things, just being able to pick up the camera. Well, Rick,
Those are not little things. It's the big things, and it's better than the commercial.
great. Well, thank you for sharing your story, Rick. And what a great story it was. Now, when we return, you know what, maybe we'll start that up a little bit. Why don't we start, have it right there. That way you'll know when I'm ready to read it, and that way you'll be able to keep up. Do you want me to do just a cut from
Yeah,
there?
well, let's do this. Maybe something like the little things are the big things.
Okay.
To Rick, and then go. All right, here we go.
When you talk about your everyday quality of life being improved, the little things are really the big things that you're missing out on.
They're huge. They're huge because you don't appreciate standing, walking, cooking your own meal. When I mowed the lawn the first time, I put it up on Facebook. I mowed the lawn. I hadn't mowed the lawn in 3 or 4 years.
That's incredible. Well, thank you for sharing your very personal story with us today.
You're welcome.
And it was really great to talk to you. Now, when we return, we'll talk to a North American spine partner physician about how the arthroscope procedure works